Do it. Good evening and welcome to Blue Dream Love and Wellness. I'm very honored to present to you tonight the beautiful pancreas. Come on, computer. Here we go. Let's see. Maybe we won't. This storm might be messing everything up. Okay, here we go. As we know, the pancreas runs many things within our body, and we need to make sure our pancreas is aligned. Your pancreas plays such a huge role in digestion, and it is located, as you all know, behind your abdomen, inside your abdomen, just behind the stomach. It is about the size of your hand. That's it, but it can cause a lot of problems. During digestion, your pancreas, as I'm sure y'all are aware, makes pancreatic juices called enzymes. And these enzymes that we have break down our sugars, our fats, and our starches. So when our pancreas is not functioning at 100%, we cannot do these things, and it does cause many maladies. Our pancreas actually has two roles. It is the organ of a digestive system and of the endocrine system. The exocrine pancreas produces these beautiful enzymes to help digest our food, particularly protein. But at times when our pancreas is not functioning properly, we need to add what is called high potency proteins. And what these do, for you can see what they are, these you take right before you eat, and they help break that protein down. Now, there is enzymes for breaking down meat. There are different enzymes for breaking down milk, and there are different enzymes to break down greens. So that is where kinesiology comes into play, and you need to muscle test which one, because as we get older, these enzymes do slow down. There are some certain ways that we're going to talk about tonight that we can ingratiate them and help them to do better. The endocrine pancreas, always, we know that it produces insulin, which helps control our beautiful blood sugar levels. When we have type 1 diabetes, lab-made insulin needs to be taken for many for the rest of their lives, and some of them several times a day. Blood sugar levels need to be checked throughout the day because they can go high and they can go low, which will affect you even more greatly. Healthy changes are a big key to this, and we'll go into that. With diabetes type 1, you need to eat a balanced diet full of low fat, high carbohydrate, can't even talk, low fat, high fiber foods. And we need to learn how to count carbohydrates. And I know people don't like to hear this, but I'll tell you every single time, we still need to get in that aerobic exercise every week. 150 minutes is what the scientists are saying. So what that breaks down to in 7 days is 21.5 minutes a day. Can you schedule 21 minutes of your day? Write it in the schedule. Man, I'm going to work out. I'm going to do Qigong. I'm going to do aerobics. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to go for a hike. I'm going to do yoga, whatever is good for you. I'm going to lift weights. I'm going to use the elliptical. There's so many beautiful things we can do to assist our body, but we really need that movement. Now, I know everybody works all day, and we do work and we do move our bodies, but that's not enough aerobic exercise to get us where we need to be. We need to get that heart pumping. We need to get that blood circulating. Now, with type 1, it occurs when your immune system the body system for fighting infection attacks and destroys the insulin producing beta cells of the pancreas. Scientists think type 1 is caused by genes and environmental factors, such as viruses, that might trigger this disease. We can, as practitioners, as healers, we can go in to that immune system. Anytime we have an autoimmune disease, it is attacking our body. We need to put a halt to it. It usually starts within the gut microbiome, and there's usually a factor 6 to 12 months prior that kicks this in. So we can also go in to those beta cells and see what the imbalance within them are. Are they functioning at 100%? Are they giving what they need? Yes, we can go into environmental factors. There are many at play, but viruses, there are so many viruses. When you go in, you need to see if there's an underlying cause of that actual virus itself, because there can be, and there can be a lot underlying that, whether it's a dyspareunia or a broadcast motion, resonance. There's just so many things that can be, and we can work with our DNA and our chromosomes. If we're inheriting this from someone else, we can go back in time and release it from past, parallel, future lives and present. When we do the DNA and chromosomes, we can use the AO scanner, and we can go into each and every DNA and chromosome that you have and see exactly what is going on within your body. People of any age, as we know, can get type 1, but the condition often starts before adulthood. Having a family member, as I said, is a risk factor, and you need to raise your awareness to that and make sure you are doing the proper things, that you are not getting this. Symptoms of type 1 are different with each and every person, and they can be, there's thirst and hunger is going to increase, and that's with both type 1 and type 2. Urination may increase. That's type 1 and type 2. We also could have other symptoms that go along with this. Children may start wetting the bed that have never done that before, just because of the diabetes. Other symptoms can also be unexplained weight loss. It can include mood changes because that insulin is not where it should be. And of course, that's going to create a mood dysfunction. You're going to feel tired. That is absolutely true. And you're going to feel weak within your body. You can literally feel it shaking on the inside. And you can get blurry vision. Now, my cousin got diabetes when she was young, and she went blind by the time she was 14, and we lost her not shortly thereafter. But her parents didn't realize until afterwards that she was sneaking candy, gluten, and extra foods that she shouldn't be having into her room at night and gorging herself on them. So we really need to be mindful of what we are doing. Now, if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat. I know I'm probably going a little fast. If you have any comments, please do. With type 2 diabetes, the pancreas itself doesn't make enough insulin. So insulin, as we all know, is that beautiful hormone that lets sugar into the cells to fuel the muscles and other tissues that we utilize for energy. So if this isn't functioning, our energy levels are going to be very, very low. Cells also respond poorly to insulin and take in less sugar. It's not clear to scientists exactly what causes type 2, but risk factors include being overweight and not active. Now, here in the US, if you've noticed, diabetes has really risen because people don't realize, or maybe they do, they don't, but you have got to not be going through the drive-through for food all the time, opening up a box and a can and calling it a meal. You need to have proper food. Need to stay away from sugars as much as possible. Read labels, because not only are there sugars, there are hidden sugars in processed things. So we need to be more careful about what we are doing. Type 2 symptoms can start very slowly. I have found with clients over the years with type 2, something critical, trauma happened within their life 6 months to a year before they came up with type 2 diabetes. Trauma plays a big role. They will also, like I said, have greater thirst and hunger, frequent urination, and weight loss that happens without even trying. And the disease, as I stated, causes tiredness and blurry vision. But type 2 also shows that the sores don't heal as quickly. You get frequent infections. You can have tingling or loss of feeling in your hands or feet, and areas of darkened skin in the armpits and around. In meeting, yes, this meeting is running. Oh, it won't let me change. Come on. Treatment for type 2 helps prevent other medical issues because it can spur other things going off within your body. Lifestyle changes are a must. They're just not a key, they are a must. You need to eat very nutritious foods. And for many of my clients, I don't want them to eat 3 big meals, because what happens is you eat this big meal 3 times a day, and then that glucagon cannot be absorbed by the liver and the pancreas anymore. So that sloughs off into the adipose tissue and creates that pear shape that people gain weight. Again, regular exercise and to lose that weight. But if you remove and do certain things, that weight will automatically drop. You need to check your blood sugars as often as your health professional tells you to. And some people with type 2, like I did, needed to have medication, unfortunately, to help control their blood sugar. But do know that you don't have to. I actually can't say that you don't have to take the rest of your life, but some people just don't want to do the work to get rid of it. But I was actually able, I was on 3 different meds and I couldn't stand the meds. It made me gain over 40 pounds. I said, I'm not doing this. I stopped the meds and controlled with my diet and removed the imbalances. So we can regenerate things. Now, diabetes, as you know, is associated with increased risk of heart disease, stroke, and high blood pressure, and narrowing of those beautiful blood vessels. And we all know arterial sclerosis, nerve damage in our limbs. This condition, as we all know, is called neuropathy. And high blood sugars over time can damage and destroy several of our nerves within our body. So how to cleanse the pancreas? Reducing sugar-rich food. It is just amazing the sugar-rich foods that are present that we try to devour, making sure we drink plenty of water, making sure we eat, as I stated, those 3 big meals. I have my clients break down into 6 little meals a day. That way their body doesn't have to work so hard at breaking all this down, and it's healthier. Of course, avoid alcohol and smoking. And you can take lentils, clear soup, lean meat like chicken, turkey, and fish, and almond milk. And there are other suggestions, but these are just the ones I brought forward. And no sugar-rich food. And that's really hard for a lot of people because that sweetness is gone. We all know that the pancreatic hormones are insulin, glucagon, somatostatin, pancreatic polypeptides, and digestive juices that contain that bicarbonate and digestive enzymes. So as a practitioner, you would go in and make sure that each one of these are functioning at 100%. And if they are not, you would remove the imbalances and bring that vibration energy up. We all know there's emotions at play, right? Everywhere in our body, there's emotions at play. So the big ones for the pancreas: humiliation, jealousy, longing, lust, overwhelm, pride, shame, shock, unworthy, and worthlessness. But as a healer, we can just not go into these words. You need to see, are they vibrating? Is there a generator underneath of them? Another word, a despair anchor, a broadcast message, a no will energy underneath of these? Is this a brain wall, a body wall, or a pancreas wall? And if this is, then you need to remove them 365/7. And what that means is 365 days in the year, 7 days a week, and you clear it. These words, these emotions can also have hooks, and I mean literally a hook into other emotions. They can also have a cord to other emotions. And when you break that cord and transmute and transpond it, make sure that you ask St. Raphael, your higher self, however you utilize, to heal it on both ends. Because if we don't allow the healing to come in, it's not going to happen. So you also need, once you pull these negative things out, you need to replace it with positivity. You don't want to leave a hole in there that will fill back up with negative energy. Give it positive. Feed your body the gratitude, the peace, the grace that it actually needs to sustain itself. So the language of your body, we all know that our bodies talk to us if we are in tune to it. We can hear it, we can feel it, we can sense it, we can taste it. Okay. So these are just a few questions that you can ask for type 1. Does your body need sweetness, attention, love, and care? Have you been missing that? Possibly. How does that make you feel? Are you feeling insecure, unsure of yourself, overly needed, and reliant on other people? How does that make you feel? Are you self-centered and focused on your own inadequacies? Have you ever stopped to think of that? Are you wanting to appear indispensable to others around you? You just took that sweetness away, didn't you? Are you listening to and surrounding yourself with too much negative energy? What do you think? Are you? Do we? It's easy to surround ourselves with negative energy in the world that we're living in today. There's so much going on. But inside our minds, there's even more going on, right? You've got this positive voice, you've got this negative voice, and you feed the negative voice and not the positive one. We need to feed that beautiful positive voice. So if you have something negative come across your plate, let it fly out and bring in 3 positives. If you cannot see one, think of one, just look around you or go outside or stand by the window and look outside. There is beauty all around us. Sometimes our eyes are clouded and we can't see it. So allow yourself to see the beauty that is right here for us to envelop into ourselves. So the language of your body for type 2, if y'all have any questions, please don't hesitate. Do you have fear of fully participating in life? Does that make you afraid? How does that make you feel? Fear can cause so much damage to our body in so many areas. Do you have a great need for control to know things and to know things? Many of us do like to control things, but things are not in our control always. All we can control is that 3 feet square right around us. Deep need for attention and approval. Do you need attention and approval? Do your clients need attention and approval? Has somewhere in their life, maybe when they were younger, they were not given this, so that belief is built up, and we need to go into the belief code and work through it, and it just won't be one layer. There will be many layers. There will also be an inner child that is injured within these beliefs. Do you have a constant craving for love paired with the belief that you are unworthy or undeserving and have deep-seated guilt? Let me tell you what, every single soul is worthy. You are worthy. You are deserving. Let go of that guilt. It will do more damage than, you can shake a stick at. It will do damage. Do you believe that you must struggle to survive? We do not. And I won't get into my biblical stuff because I'll just leave it there. We do not have to do that, okay? We do not have to struggle. Reach out if you feel you do. Often, do you lose yourself in relationships? The constant need for sweetness to mask the feelings of weakness. That says a lot, doesn't it? The belief that there is not enough in your own world of limitation and lack. So why are you limiting yourself? And give yourself what you deserve, what you desire, what you love. We are here to serve and to love one another. But first we have to love ourselves. And for many, it's very hard to love themselves. So metaphysically, there's a big thing about metaphysical, and metaphysical is in every single part of our body, our bones, everything. It is simply amazing when you work with metaphysical. So this is how you would address the pancreas and diabetes with metaphysical. Now, I just took a few. There were 6 pages. So explore birth trauma. If you've never done that, you really need to. Some of us have had some really traumatic births. Trauma related to feeling abandoned and like an outcast. There's so many times in life that we feel abandoned and we feel like an outcast. But I want you to change your mindset around that, because we're here for a purpose. Check your ancestry line, as I was speaking before, our genes, our DNA, our chromosomes. We can go into miasms and take it back all the way and remove it all the way. And when you remove it from the past, parallel, future, and present lives, make sure you put back in an affirmation for all the way back. You want everybody to feel the love that you have to offer. Explore patterns where you had to fight to be heard, appreciated, or acknowledged. And that happens more than we'd like to say, especially when we were children, but even as we're growing adults, because we're inside the shell and we don't come out. So this can affect it. Trauma related to that, always wanting to be ready to fight. Allow your body to calm and explore the womb and birth stages. It's very interesting what comes up. There's layers underneath here that can be shocking for your client. So make sure you have them lifted up with grace and love when you work on these. So does everybody know who medical medium is? Anthony Williams? Does everybody know who that is? He has this protocol for the pancreas. Let me say this. There are so many beautiful things that we can do, but when we are dealing with herbs, essential oils, vitamins, we need to muscle test. Is this for our highest good? Can we take these together, or the herbs and the oils and the vitamins need to be separate? Good. I'm glad, Monique, that you've heard of Anthony Williams. He has a lot of stuff out there, and whew, it's something. There's so many books by him, but you can follow him on Instagram. He's a little wiry and really excitable, but he does have some good information. So fresh celery juice, he talks about this all the time. And 5-MTHF, 1 capsule twice a day. And again, muscle test, you can even hold things to your solar plexus and ask. You will sway forward for yes. You will sway backwards for no. Barley grass juice powder, glutathione, spirulina, and we'll talk about spirulina again, vitamin B12, wild blueberry powder. Whoo, does it have a bite? Zinc, turmeric brings the inflammation down, and we really need to work on inflammation. If your body is inflamed, and with autoimmune issues, our body is going to be inflamed. So turmeric is this natural product, this natural spice and herb that can bring the inflammation down. We can also add some aloe vera in there to help heal. Zinc, vitamin C, vitamin B12. I think I've said that in a few places, and sometimes I'll tell you 2 or 3 times to just get it through. Rose hips. And we'll talk about why not so much vitamin C and B. Oh, it's not going to change. Come on. Come on. There we go. Let me see if I can move this up for you. Can everybody see this? Okay. So reflexology, there are so many beautiful, blessed modalities out there that we can utilize our fingers and help our body that much more. This reflex point here is only found on the right foot, and you place your thumb on the 3rd toe and go straight down. Right below the diaphragm. This is the diaphragm line right here. If you can see my cursor, this is the diaphragm line. But if you want to think about this too, before I go on, and I don't know why this just came on, we have yin and yang, right? Yang comes down from heaven, goes through our crown. Yin comes up through Mother Earth and comes right in this spot. Believe it or not. It does. So when you do this, you want to use an essential oil or a lotion. Don't do it on dry skin. You want to get on this pot and you want to push in and hook it up for 6 seconds. Now you only want to do this 3 times, and you may have quite a bit of pain. If not, that's okay. Now You can also, when you're not hooking it, I like to massage mine and I go to the right clockwise. You can tap it, and you can also do figure eights, because figure eights changes the energy of everything. It's beautiful. Donna Eden teaches so many beautiful things to us. When you work with this beautiful little acupressure point, reflexology point, the pancreas point can help with good digestion by secreting those beautiful enzymes that we're running low on. And it also helps to break down fats by helping to balance the blood sugar levels within the production of the insulin. So all of these little techniques I'm going to show you do a great deal of good if you actually apply them. So try this. See if it's painful for you. See if you like this. Okay, now holistic wellness. This is just some more that you can do for your body. Has everybody heard of chromium? Okay, beautiful. Chromium is a great herb. Just a second. Beautiful, can see, beautiful. Whoops, just a second, another child. No, chromium. Oh, you've never heard of chromium. Okay. Chromium is a great little herb, but again, muscle response test. It does help to stabilize those blood sugars, and it increases your energy, but don't take it at night. You want to take your vitamins, your supplements 2 hours away from any medication, because the medication will mess with the vitamin and herb, and your vitamin and herb will distort your medication. Now, magnesium, as we know, it's calming, 750 mgs a day. It is important for the enzymes and the pH balance, and it's very important when you have, well, our whole life, but especially with diabetes, that you keep your pH balanced. Of course, pro and prebiotics. I'm sure people are tired of me telling them about pro and prebiotics. You can take probiotics with your meals to help digest also. I take mine at night so my body can heal at night. Prebiotics, sauerkraut, kimchi, there is so many, but muscle test how many times a week you need it. Test exactly what you need, because sometimes your body's not going to agree. And remember, listen to your subconscious. It knows. Calcium for the pH balance, but there are so many different types of calcium. Make sure that you are muscle testing each one. I didn't bother putting them all here because there's just so many. Make sure you muscle test for each one to make sure which one is actually appropriate for your body. I like sea calcium because it comes from coral, and that's what I utilize daily. You can get that from Nature's Sunshine products. And these are just additional holistics that actually help with blood sugar. Bucha leaves, dandelion root is awesome. Golden seal, but you have to be careful with golden seal. Again, muscle test. Yuvayursai, huckleberry actually helps to promote insulin production. There's amazing things that are available to us for our body if we actually just research or take classes and learn the beauty of what the Lord has already put here for us to utilize. Now, a high carb diet, high fiber. Fiber is so important in our life. And so many people don't like taking fiber. Just means you need to increase your liquid just a little bit for the insulin. You're welcome. Just for the insulin, and to lower those fat levels in the blood. You don't want to be taking cholesterol medicine. Let's do it naturally. Let's get this stuff moving. Olive oil. It may help with adults of onset diabetes. No seed oils. And again, fiber, fiber, fiber. Fiber will reduce your blood sugar levels. It'll pull it right out. eat crackers with nut butter or cheese, not yellow cheese, not cheddar cheese. You need to have white cheese. You don't want those dyes in your body. And you want to use oat or rice bran crackers. Now, why do I say that? Why not just regular crackers? Because it has gluten in it, flat out. I don't like to make this wide thing, but let me just tell you that when you eat gluten, it can make your body swell. One bite can make your body swell for up to 6 months. I cannot eat gluten. And every once in a while, you just want that piece of toast. And so you go ahead, you just say, oh, I know it doesn't taste good. I'm just going to go ahead and have it. Well, I always pay for it. So many of us are gluten intolerant, and we don't even realize that we're intolerant or that we're sensitive to gluten. We just don't realize it. We just think, oh, we just ate, so I'm bloated. You shouldn't be bloated. You shouldn't be gassy. If your microbiome is functioning at 100% or 150%, I always shoot high with the microbiome, then you need to think about what you're feeding your body. Remember that high fat levels are linked to heart disease, as we all know that. And here we go with spirulina. I love my spirulina. It helps to produce a stable blood sugar level. And I do take this on a daily basis, and it's very helpful, but it does so much good for so many parts of our body. Spirulina is that green drink. And in my green drink, it does have spirulina in it too. So I'm probably taking more than I should, but can we ever get enough? It just works wonders within our body. Now, foods that help normalize blood sugar include berries, red for blood, right? But I want you to muscle test if they're appropriate for you or not, or if they're too sugary. Brewer's yeast, muscle test, dairy products, especially cheese, egg yolks, fish, garlic, and sauerkraut. That is a prebiotic. Soybeans and vegetables. But muscle test which vegetables are actually appropriate for your body, because not everything we eat is going to mesh with our body. Is that not true? It is, isn't it? Avoid fish oil capsules altogether. Large amounts of PABA, you don't want that in your body. Again, white flour products and salt. We can use Himalayan salts, and it will work a little bit better, or sea salts than just regular salt. Do not take large amounts of cysteine. I have had several clients that are taking cysteine, and when you take this, it breaks down the bonds of the hormone insulin. It can really cause a problem, so be careful. And also vitamin B. You don't want to take large amounts of vitamin B. That can also hurt you. And when you take vitamin B, you want to take it in the morning because it will keep you up at night. Vitamin C. Why I said rose hips, because rose hips is not as acidic as what vitamin C actually is. Yes, avoid fish oil capsules is what I was taught. Muscle test again. Now let me move this up here for you can all see this. This is our beautiful meridian. Now, the pancreas itself functions is related to the spleen meridian, and it is involved in sugar metabolism and digestion in general, breaking things down into manageable points. So what you would do, and I'm not going to stand up and show you, I'm just going to walk you through it. As you can see, you start at that big toe, right? Shave it, shake it off. Always rub and shake when you're working with energy. Start at your big toe, go all the way up the inside of that beautiful thigh, come up to your hips, and come all the way up to your armpits and come down to right here, right across from your nipple line. This is your spleen meridian. And that puppy may be a little bit sore. I know mine always is. The spleen meridian is the production of those beautiful red blood cells that we all so generously liken within our body. So we can do this every day. We can do this more than once a day. You can muscle test. You can also test, does it need to be ran backwards? That means, does it need to be emptied? Is there too much energy in there and it's not flowing freely? That can occur. And then you would just come up here, you would go up to your armpits, you would go down to your hips, you would go down into the inside of your legs, off your big toe. But when you download, you need to bring it up 3 separate times. Okay. Now, when we work with the pancreas, this is the earth element, beautiful, wonderful earth element. The metaphor corresponds to our foundation. And how could it not? It's so beautiful. That's the ground, the soil, and the dirt, the components that form the earth, the salts, the minerals, and the ores. That's why when I talk about grounding, open those feet up, plant them down into Mother Earth where the waters flow, and allow that beauty to just absorb up into your body. I mean, how beautiful is that? When it's not pouring rain outside or snowing, we can go walk on Mother Earth and hug a tree and get even more power from that. Don't ever stop yourself from having that beauty around you, symbolizing the metal again, which arises from Mother Earth. We are so blessed to have such beauty. Now, I had a little trouble getting this picture on here, so I'm sorry that it looks a little wonky. This is the neurovascular holding point for the pancreas. So your ears are here, so it would be right here, and mine are sore. And you can, again, go clockwise. You can tap them. And you can do figure 8s over them. Is anybody sore? Feel it and see, is anybody sore? Just a wee bit, huh? Tap that puppy and get them out of there. Allow yourself the grace of doing that. Can you feel it? Everybody try. Can anybody feel that pain? Yeah, it'll answer right up to us. Now, remember, we can have pain throughout our head. And if you're rubbing your head and you find pain in here, do not hesitate to get in there and keep massaging that, because that's trapped energy inside your skull. Okay. So here we go with this. With our meridians, we can sedate them if they're firing too hard, and we can also tonify them so they work more proficiently. So this is the sedating part. So the first one you would go to is your spleen 5 point and your long 8 point. And you would hold, or you can tap, or you can massage, or you can do figure 8s, but do them at the same time. And yes, I know it's not easy, but we can do it. And then the secondary point would be your liver 1 and your spleen 1. Okay. And they're going to be painful if you have problems in this area. They are. And remember that your big toe is also your atlas and your axis. And that can also play a role in your life. So to tonify these, the first one is at spleen 2 and heart 8, right here. And then the second point is liver 1 and spleen 1. And again, massage, tap, figure 8s. I never do any work on my skin unless I have an essential oil on there or just regular lotion with lavender mixed in. It is such a blessing that we can utilize such easy little things to increase our health and bring up the vibration of everything around us. I mean, how beautiful is that? That's just God's gift to us. It's just wonderful. So this little puppy here, I'm gonna bring you over on this side, guys. I'm sorry, I just keep moving you around. Hope you don't mind. Hope you don't get dizzy. Okay. We got a chat. Yes, it is sore. Please massage that if that is sore. That means that little point needs some love. So this is a systems report from the AO scanner. It will go through all 13 systems and it will give us a 3-page report. But what it says in this report, now these are mine. So the endocrine body, as I told you, I used to have diabetes. So these are the things that are still popping for me. And I can go in and I can release these energies and find out why they're there. And then these are the vitals that I need to work with. So I have chronic melatonin. Do you know I don't sleep? But I do now that I do tapping. The chronic is my pituitary. There's many things that get run. So T3, melatonin, and the solar plexus. Because where is our pancreas? But in the solar plexus. We also have emotional or endocrine causes, which mine actually says, and I'm sorry, carcinoma, leucine, syphilis, mumps, viruses, rubella, and chemical toxicities. Now, these can be inherited, they can be absorbed, they can be shared. They might not even be yours. And the emotional energy that is involved in this, we can go in and see if there's any hooks, cords, or generators that are making it vibrate still within this organ. And then it actually gives you list of things to do to assist your pancreas. It's rather cool. Okay. Yep, and I'm just going to put you in the middle. How about that? So this is another report. On the right side, my right side over here, this is before I optimized the frequencies. And as you can see, I had quite a few out. But once we optimized it, it's a lot better. So how do I know what I need to work on? If it's not a 5, I need to work on it. If it's 6, 7, 8, and 9, you've got inflammation in your body, starting of inflammation. If it's 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, it is not functioning properly. It's sluggish, and we need to see why it is sluggish. So we can just go in and pull that out. It is simply amazing what we can do. God always gives us beautiful things. Now, this is a comprehensive here. And this shows you, whoops, sorry, I touched the wrong button. The ones on the right, my right, show you what it was before I optimized it. And as you can see, my duodenum is still at a 9 because I have 8 ulcers in that puppy. And then I need to work on these that are here. And over here, the same thing. See, they went down. But if they're not 5s, we need to still be working on those. But it's beautiful because it can actually show you where it is and which part it is. So we can actually connect fully to that. Okay, and here's another comp. The rest of my comp report, there's many pages in it. You can see these numbers on the right, again, my right, what the numbers are that came from the AO scanner, and then optimized. So I see that I have some work to do because I just did these, and we all have work to do, don't we? So these are further questions that we can literally ask of our client or of ourselves to help us get a little deeper in there. So are you inhibited from making large gestures in trying to reach your goal? Are you? How does that feel? Not too peachy, huh? How are you doing with keeping your act cleaned up? Are you giving yourself the proper food? Are you giving yourself the proper hydration? Are you exercising properly? Do you have the correct mindset? Are you giving yourself tons of love? Are you hating on yourself? Get that negative voice out of there. Are you attempting to embrace too much, or do you need to fly your arms open wide to just embrace life itself? So many of us fight life, but we really, once we love ourselves and embrace life, so much beautiful abundance will flow to you. What are you doing in your life to keep it pure and clean? Are you feeding yourself toxic foods? Are you feeding yourself toxic drinks? What are you feeding yourself? What do you literally and figuratively need to get a grip on? Do you know? It's a big question, isn't it? What are you hanging on to that you need to literally let go of? The past. It just keeps coming back. Let it go. Work on it. Get those beliefs out of you and allow yourself the harmony of life. How are you breaking down the problems in your life into bite-sized chunks? Or are you trying to take the whole thing on in one big gulp? Can't do that. Break it down. Make a plan. Set yourself up for success at every doggone corner that you meet. So this is another thing we can do. Have y'all ever heard of the full court of atonement? Okay. This is where we lift it up to the universe and the universe just takes it over. So this is one that I made. And then you place your God-given name, place myself, your God-given name, into a full court of atonement for the sole purpose of requesting divine guidance to assist in the wellness of my pancreas. I ask to analyze my timeline and resolve any health issues that involve my health and wellness. I ask for any and all reasons I am holding on to this detrimental energy in my body. I ask for dissolution of this energy. I forbid this energy any further access to my body, my energy field, or my timeline. And you can say, so it is, and it will be. It is actually beautiful how you can do that. Now, this is something we're going to do together. I know I do a lot of these, so I'm sorry that I'm throwing so much at you, but I'd rather you know a lot than just a little. So we can rub our hands together and we can clasp them like this, and we can put them right underneath our rib cage on our tummy, right? And I want you to imagine, while I'm saying this, yellow light going in to your pancreas, because yellow is freshness, it's happiness, it's positive, it's clarity, it's enlightenment, it's honoring ourselves, it's loyalty to ourselves. So, do you all know that you all have a divine healing intelligence within you? We really super do. So, right over that solar plexus, please imagine that yellow light just forming all over you. So hands like this on that solar plexus. Divine healing intelligence, help me to release any bitterness, over concern, and feeling helplessness, hopelessness, and confusion from my pancreas, as well as all points of view, all patterns, and the positive and negative charges that contribute to this condition. Please help me to experience sweetness, nurturing, and joy. Help me to become stronger, more confident, and empowered so that I can be heard, listened to, and validated. Please heal and regenerate my pancreas and all related organs to their maximum health, vitality, and well-being. Amen. You can talk to your divine highly intelligence any and at all times. It is a very beautiful thing to do. Ah, no, it's not letting me change. Okay, this is an emotional freedom technique, but the first thing I want to do, let me stop sharing for a second. Let me out. Okay, it let me out. Let me see if I can bring this in. Is everybody cool if I work on them? Give me a thumbs up. Tell me yes in the chat, whatever. And I'm going to link my iPad. Let's watch it happen. Watch it happen. There it goes. Yes, beautiful. Thank you. Yes, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to work on y'all. So what I do when I work on everybody together, oh, come on. It just hooked and then it stopped. Is I gather all of your energy into one beautiful spot. And we go in, and I just pushed the wrong thing. And we go in and we release this negative energy. Yes, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Peter. Okay, so I'm going to connect all your energy. I'm going to ask the divine to come in. Beautiful. We got a lot of vibration. Woohoo! Okay. Is there an imbalance, a root imbalance? Is everybody's pancreas happy? No. Okay. Let me start with that. Is there a root imbalance in why everybody's pancreas is not happy? Absolutely. And it's not there. So it's going to be an energy, a mental energy, a broadcast message. I need to be rescued. So we're going to go in. Is there a hook, a cord, a generator, trindle? So we're going to go in. We're going to release this. Everybody take a breath. And I want you to breathe it out through your teeth. Hard. Okay. And we're going to put in a positive affirmation. I believe in myself. You can tap it in your ear, around your right ear, because your right ear has all of the beautiful meridians. And you can tap it into here. You can journal it. You can state it. But I like doing it around my ear because I can literally feel the vibration. I believe in myself. My body is my friend and I treat it as much. I am grateful for my life force. I am worthy. I am resilient and I am powerful in my own right. Take a breath. Let it out. Oh, show me something hiding, just like that. Conflict. Oops, push the wrong button. Go back. Conflict. And when we work with conflict, is this internal, mental, emotional, for the opponent? It's external. Okay. What is this external conflict that's going on that has made the pancreas not be viable at this time? I already know what it is before I even get there. Our lovely electrical field. When we are on these silly phones all the doggone time, or we're in front of the computer, or we have corded appliances that are sending out voltage spikes, these EMF or transcenders in your back of your yard or the high wires, they are flying out EMF toxicity at you. EMF toxicity can cause cellular function to be low and it can impair your energy production. Now, I recently worked on two little ones. Their body was so full of EMF toxicity, they were literally full of anxiety and sicker than you can even imagine. So is everybody's cellular function, but our energy is not. So I'm going to remove all EMF. God's already telling me there's body walls of it. So we're going to go in and remove all body walls, 365/7 permanently, of all EMF toxicity coming into the body, to our cells, excuse me, into our organs, into our glands. We remove this and we ask for a light and a bubble to be created that none gets into us at this time. So let's see what that impaired energy production is. And you bet it's the root chakra. When we work with that root chakra, we are releasing any deepest fears that you may have. But these deepest fears wrap around that root chakra. So it's actually going into the spinal column. So when you're also dealing with the root chakra, I want you to remember that you're safe, you are grounded, you have a purpose, you are healthy, you are strong. Give yourself that beauty. Okay, no will energies, no will to receive abundance. And this is a huge wall. So we're going to remove this. Everybody take a breath and blow it out really hard, please. I, affirmation, I receive abundance from Mother Earth daily because I am blessed to be here and I am a priority. Don't forget that you are a priority. So many people think they are not, but you are so much a priority. Is there another imbalance within this pancreas that we can release safely at this time? Right? Another energy, a mental energy, a big old broadcast message. And it's punish me. And at times, because of what we've already been through, as you can see, we can punish ourselves because of that critical voice always going off at us and make us feel bad that we're not worthy. So let's remove this. And I want to put in that I am well in mind, body, and spirits. And God wants me to tell you that He's grateful for you to be here another day. How beautiful is that? Is there another imbalance in this pancreas? Are all the hormones happy? Nope. Okay, let's go back. That's so sweet. Okay, is insulin, glucagon, somatostatin, pancreatic polypeptide. So the digestive enzymes are not happy, and it's because of trapped emotions. And there's the worthlessness again. So let's get it out of there. Let's remove it. We don't want to be worthless. We are worthy. Don't ever forget that, man. Pound it in your head if you have to. You are so very, very worthy. So very worthy of everything. Your biggest dreams, your biggest desires. You are worthy. Don't ever forget. Underline, secret, hidden, hiding. Okay, are they all happy now? Is there anything else we can remove from the pancreas at this time? Yes. You to take a break and eat something. We have body walls of noradrenaline wrapped around that pancreas. That means we're a little bit stressed and we're working a little bit too hard. So we're going to release it. Now, when we are in flight, fight, and freeze, our frontal lobe will slip back here into our primitive mind. And when this primitive mind is working, only a couple of our systems are functioning properly. Now, I know some of my techniques look really wonky and really simple. Oh, do they really work? Oh, amen, amen, they do, they do. So rub your hands together, shake that energy off. Put these two fingers, thumb and index, right together on that little temple. Wrap them over that neurovascular point and breathe. Because, baby, the deeper you breathe, the more energy it will move. And that primal lobe will come right back into your frontal. I've been doing it for so long. When I do this, my whole head tingles. It just vibrates. Okay, there's nothing else. Nope, nope. Okay, so I can stop that. Let's see if I can get this back off. And we're going to do some tapping. Is everybody cool with that? Has everybody heard of emotional freedom tapping? Okay, beautiful. I just want you all to center yourself, because EM or EFT is actually a psychological acupressure technique that involves tapping on specific meridians and on meridian points. And we focus on the particular emotions or physical sensations that are within our body. There's really no specific sequence designed exclusively for the pancreas, but the general principle can be applied to address the emotions related to pancreatic health, such as stress, anxiety, and the overall feeling of well-being. So here's a really simple technique. So I want you to go into yourself, and if you don't have pancreas problems, awesome. You don't want to get them either. So if you do, I want you to go into there, and where do you feel from a scale of 1 to 10 where your pancreas is at? And then we identify that. Okay, and then we do a setup statement, and we're just going to do a simple little sequence here. Very simple. And you always do the setup on the side of your hand underneath your toe in that fatty little karate chop. Okay, so you could start with, even though I have emotions of anxiety and stress about my pancreatic health, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And then we go up here to the eyebrow point, the bridge of the nose. This anxiety about my pancreas. And you want to tap 6 to 8 times. I tap a little more because I can feel this. And then you go out to your eyebrow point, or the side of your eyes, I'm sorry, and the vertical. And then you repeat your concern. This anxiety and stress about my pancreas health makes me feel overwhelmed. Under the eye, acknowledge the emotions. My body does not like the feelings of this stress and anxiety and an unwell pancreas. Under the nose, this emotions run my pancreas, and I release them all and feel safe in my life. Under your chin, this feelings. Okay, somebody's thing is on and that's interrupting. This feeling of stress and anxiety, I will remove it from my body now. And then we go over here to the collarbone. And I do it on both sides. And we view and voice our concerns. My pancreatic health. I am really struggling with this. How would it feel to let go of these emotions and this imbalance? And then you could go up on the top of your crown. My pancreas feels lighter as I release the anxiety and the stress from my body. And then you can go through the sequence 2 or 3 more times, but you can add your own verbiage, your own words. You can add more. And when you tap, things, verbiage, words, sentences will come up. So after you get done tapping on your top of your crown, the very last one, you take a deep breath. You let it out very slowly, and you lift your hands up to the Lord and let Him balance you. You just breathe and allow that peace and that honor and that grace to come within you, because that is what we need. So we can tap about insulin, we can tap about foods, you can tap about anything, absolutely anything. And you're thinking, oh, just this little sequence isn't going to do anything, but you would be so surprised at what it actually does. Because the more you do it, the more it rewires your body, just like everything else we have done tonight. And what that does is cause that ripple effect across your body and sends that harmony and that peace to every single solitary piece of your life and of your health. And that's what we want. So remember that EFT is a complementary approach, should not replace medical treatments or advice. But if you have concerns about your pancreatic health, please connect with your healthcare provider, because they're the ones that can prescribe what we need. Oh, you're so very welcome. I love EFT too. It's absolutely fascinating. I've held you here long enough tonight. I want to thank you from the deepest of my heart for each and every one of you being present tonight. I am so honored to share the knowledge with you so you can learn about your body and about the ways, the many ways that we can help it to be well. Because isn't being well the most vibrant and abundant thing we can do for ourselves and for those around us? Absolutely. Because our health is our wealth. Don't forget that. And please don't forget that you are so, so very worthy. And I would like to close, if you don't mind, with a prayer to just grace us all for being here so much. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So if we could, please. Holy Father, we are so very blessed to have each and every soul here tonight to learn about the items, the modalities that you grace us with, and we are gracing them with, for we can all come together, share our ideas, share what needs to be done in your name. We thank you for the blessings you grant us every day, and we are so grateful for your kindness and love. In the Lord's holy name, amen. Thank you.